Kyle has come out. So now let's get into newbie Amanda Frances, who I feel kind of just says fuck you to everyone. I need to say a lot about Amanda Frances. Well, first we have, I forgot who said it. I think Erika said, meet our, let's have a cheers to our new friend, Amanda. And Bo said, well, Rachel's our new friend too. And Amanda said, yeah, but she's been here before. I'm like new. When Kathy Hilton was on Watch What Happens Live, Kathy implied that there were some issues with the newbies. There's only two newbies. One is Rachel and one is Amanda. And I got the impression on Watch What Happens when Kathy was on, I don't know, like a month, 2 months ago, I lost track of time, 3 months, that she wasn't talking about Rachel and she implied that the newbies have brought some drama. And I got the impression that Kathy herself wasn't so thrilled with one of the newbies. So it seems, first of all, I mean, is Bose jealous? Does Bose want to be like bask in the glory of being the new one, like from last season? And, you weren't known to us, Bose. You weren't famous. You had very prestigious positions in marketing, C-suite, but we didn't know you. So is Bose really like not wanting to give up that newbie title? And it's one thing that Rachel's there because Rachel was well known. I think when Kathy said this, it was Bose versus Amanda. It seems like that's a thing. Also, it seems like Kathy has a problem with Amanda, which we'll get into in a second. We see Erica Jane and Denise. We've all heard about that season. I think it's a little also too hyped. I call this stunt casting, but I mean, I love Denise. I think it's interesting when she says, why would you share naked pictures of your wife? And Erica says, are you afraid? And she says, yes. I just think people need to understand that my sources tell me that this is Denise's scene. So I just think if anyone is looking for Denise Richards to be a part of the show, she's not. This was her scene, which we all heard about. Rachel and Dorit and Rachel, Dorit, and Kyle were in the Hamptons that weekend when they were filming this scene. So I think that's it. Let's use Erica. Let's have her do something. Of course, they want something about Erin on film. I'm not knocking it. Denise got paid for driving down to wherever she drove down. They had a car pick her up. So, but I just think people that are expecting to see Denise as part of this new season, she's not going to be. This was her scene. Okay. So then we see, so we saw that with Rachel. We see Mauricio and Dorit. The gods have spoken. Yes, we have that scene where Dorit's hand is on Mauricio's back when he's hugging PK, and all of you said Mauricio and Dorit were having an affair, which is actually ridiculous. But producers are in on it. They gave us the scene. She says he never. I mean, these you're have a call time and Mauricio shows up to help the show, to help Kyle. And Dorit says, he never texted me once to ask about to see his kids. And Mauricio's like, well, PK is my drinking buddy. I better stick up for him here. And he's like, well, I'm getting a different story from the other side. Mauricio, you better put down what you're smoking, and you better stick up for your friend more because when it airs now, that's now in the trailer. Your friend's like, that's not exactly having my back, Mo. You could have been a little more specific, but he tells us he's getting two different stories. So, there's that. And then we get into Amanda. Now, look, the thing is, you don't really know a lot of who people are speaking to, right? So some of these things could be cut in a different way than was actually going to be seen in the show. We have Bose again say, there's a lot. We saw her kind of come for Amanda earlier, but now we have Bose say there's a lot of things that are not clear and some things we need to clear up about this woman. And then Erica says there's just something is off with this girl. And then I think we have Bo saying you are not being clear with your life. Now it seems like they're talking about Amanda, which it's not 100% clear because we don't see her. But I mean, something is off with this girl. We've known everybody else. They're not talking about Rachel Zoe. It seems like they're talking about Amanda. And Amanda comes out with, I love this. She's a really big part in this trailer. She comes out with, I actually think it's one of the best lines in all of housewife history. It seems she's talking about Erika because it comes right after that. It, I believe from people I've spoken to behind the scenes, she's actually talking about Dorit. It does apply to Erika and it does apply to Dorit too, where it says, yeah, I mean, she doesn't like me, or her husband says that. And she says, yeah, she doesn't. I'm young and successful, and I'm not financially dependent on a man, which is great. But now is the part that she talks business and it's all makes so much sense. She's like, I'm young and successful, and I'm not financially dependent on a man. And she speaks really slow and she doesn't rush. And she outsourced her financial well being to a man and it didn't go well. It is so brilliant. She's using the word outsource. She's treating this like a business. And yeah, Erica and Dorit outsourced their financial well-being to a man, and it didn't go well. My sources tell me she's talking about Dorit. I love it. I don't care who she's fighting with. Amanda to me is like saying fuck you to everybody. She's not intimidated. It's such a good quote. I really feel, here's the thing. Like, this to me is giving me season 7 or season 6. We had two newbies in season 6, right? So we have three newbies, but we had a newbie, my good friend Catherine Edwards. I'll talk to Catherine today. I want to send her all this. Our good friend Catherine Edwards joined in season 6 in the middle, and we had a newbie in season 6 called Erica Jane, who dressed in latex, patted the puss, was caught by PK not wearing underwear, and said, I don't give a fuck. And had a husband who was like 90, 100 years old. So if you go back to season 6, we had Camille in our crosshairs and Vanderpump, and we had Maloof. And I mean, this in season 6 for the show, Erica Jane in the leather pants, the gazillion-year-old husband, clearly, patting the push. She was a huge outlier for the show. Now it's Erica. But if we think back, she was so different, being like, I don't give a shit. My fucking underwear is showing. With all of these Vanderpump and proper ladies in Beverly Hills, darling. She. And so this isn't like, so we don't really have somebody scrappy on Beverly Hills. I mean, Kyle ain't gonna get her hands dirty. I mean, Rachel Zoe just talked about, I mean, we have Hilton and we have Sutton with all that money and Tilly. So Tilly is off center. But to me, Amanda, I actually want to offer a full out apology here today on Patreon to Amanda because I heard it wasn't, but during filming. But let me tell you, Miss Amanda Frances, wow, like you seem great. She seems scrappy to me. And look, the husband's hot. I had to Google it. She's 39, which to me, again, I love my housewives in 50s and 60s, but to me, she seems even younger. So it's like she don't care. And so she, to me, is coming in and she is going to turn this season on its head. I believe that she ain't going nowhere. Last season we had Boz, and I was like, Boz ain't going anywhere. I think Amanda is gonna fit right in. So is Zoe. But I apologize to you, Amanda. And it's not an age thing. It's just the fact that she's 39. I would have thought she was even younger. It's comparing it to the other ladies. I mean, most of them are in their 50s and 60s, and then you have a few outliers like Dorit is late 40s, and I think Boz is like mid 40s. So, but she just comes in and she's reading season 6 Erica to me. She feels scrappy. And I mean that actually as a compliment. Like she don't care. And then that scene, we also don't know who you're talking to. But when Kathy Hilton, after being on Watch What Happens, and she says, some of the newbies, and it seems like Boz is having an issue with her, Kathy implied like she was having issues with the newbies. And when she says, read the room and